All right, all right, all right. Welcome in H-Town. You are now tuned in to The Solid Grip, coming to you live at 5. No time for jive. Man, there's so many things that we need to discuss today, y'all. We are going to do just that. Now's the time for you to close your mouth and open your ears and listen to what The Solid Grip has to say right after this here. Again, welcome in. This is The Solid Grip. I'm your host, J.R. Wilson, alongside me, Ping Wilson. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to our channel on YouTube, The Solid Grip. I also subscribe to On the Other Hand Sports. That's my father's solo show. All right, you see what's scrolling at the bottom of the page. Like, subscribe, comment, and share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. And if you don't learn anything else from this show, if you watch it, just understand that this show is the flavor for your wings, the barbecue sauce for your ribs, and the sugar for your Kool-Aid, not your tank. Don't get it twisted or misconstrued. So, first thing before we get started, Pop, how you doing, man? I see you right there in your Phi Beta Sigma gear, man. What you got going on over there?
Nothing, man. I just, every now and then, maybe once a month, man, I like to throw my gear on and stuff, man. And so, I was off work today and stuff, and so I just said, hey, I'm gonna Greek up today, man. So I got my gear on.
Man, it's funny. I wish I could show you this little board I got over here. Speaking of Greek, I'm actually, in my beginning stages of learning Koine Greek, which is what the New Testament in the Bible was written in. And okay. I actually got them writ up on a whiteboard right here, but in the lowercase, not the uppercase. You got the uppercase letters. You know what I'm saying? Except the phi. The phi is, it's uppercase too. So right. He can't see you, Caleb. Caleb's trying to wave at you, but he waving on the other side of the camera. He can't see you, Caleb. But I'll tell him you said hi, okay? All right, Pop, man, look, as y'all know, y'all can see the name of the title that we have here. The Houston Texans will trade Deshaun Watson. Look, man, the cat is out the bag, okay? There's nothing that we can do at this point. There's not going to be any sitting down with Deshaun Watson. I'm pretty sure that David Mulligetta told them, look, I understand your concerns, but we're not going to be meeting with y'all. I guarantee you. And the thing that I think that upsets me, Pop, is that David Culley is being used as a pawn, right? You want him to have a sit-down with Deshaun. Hopefully you can, spew out your philosophy about what you feel a football team should be and Deshaun Watson to be with that. But he's not the one that pissed Deshaun Watson off. Yet he's the one that has to put in the dirty work, and I'm not too fond of that. But we'll talk about that ongoing in this conversation that we having here on The Solid Grip. Anyways, Pop, let's get straight off into this thing. So Deshaun Watson has officially, per sources by Adam Schefter and Ian Rappaport, requested a trade from the Houston Texans. This is devastating news. We did hear about it yesterday, so we're a day late, but we ain't a dollar short, believe that. But this is a real thing, Pop. I think this is the worst feel that we had. Anyone that listened to this show knows that I never felt like Deshaun Watson was going anywhere. I felt like it was, definitely you see smoke, there's fire, but I didn't think the fire had ignited. And Pop, the funny thing is that Adam Schefter reported the same day that David Culley, the head coach, became the new head coach of the Houston Texans, reported the same day that Deshaun Watson was requesting a trade, but also had this addendum that he put the trade in a couple of weeks ago. So to me, that is problematic, Pop. And let's talk about it, man. How does it make you feel? I know you're not a Texans fan, but I know you're a fan of the sport. I know you're a fan of great players. What does this mean to you as a fanatic that Deshaun Watson is requesting a trade to go elsewhere?
Well, Rich, thank you, man. I'm going to go all the way back, man. And this thing has been simmering for 5 or 6 years, even before old man McNair died. Okay, the roots of this thing started back with the old man, and the big tackle Brown that went to Seattle, and even the situation with D Hop. D Hop was probably the only member of the team that came out and supported Brown. Okay,
right.
So this has been simmering a long time. Okay. The old man dies. Young Cal takes over and stuff, and he's just a chip off the old block, man. I don't care how you mix it up. He's a chip off the old block. The old man had established that the Bill Belichick led New England Patriots was his model program, from the owner all the way down to the custodian, Rich.
Right.
And so this was his model, man. It's just like it's no different in Pittsburgh. You know, Art Rooney bought the Pittsburgh Steelers. He won them at a gambling game. Okay, Art Rooney's theory and philosophy about winning football has been passed down to his son, now to his grandson, and his grandson will pass it down to his son. Okay,
Right.
want somebody that's very smart and intelligent, that's defensive minded, and gonna run the football. And we're not gonna fire them just because they have a losing season, 1, 2, or 3. We're gonna stick with them because we believe in our plan. So this is the plan for the Houston Texans. Okay, no problem. All right, you bring in O'Brien, Bill Belichick disciple. Okay, you give him all of this power. Okay, now Bill O'Brien was an excellent football coach, no doubt about that. Nick Saban wouldn't have hired somebody that was a slob. Right now, if you didn't know from our listening audience, he's going to be Nick Saban, the best college football coach, the GOAT of college football coaches. He's going to be Nick Saban's offensive coordinator. Okay, but the thing about O'Brien, is that he, like the Bible says, vengeance is mine. Not with O'Brien, vengeance is mine. Okay, number 10. I don't like the fact, man, that for 3 straight days now, you come out here with a different woman, and they look good, and they all got babies for you. I don't like that. Okay? I don't give a darn what you do on Sundays. I don't like no female hanging outside the locker room waiting on you. Okay? You say it's your business. I say it's my business too. So, what happened to him? He's gone. Now, that's 2 players, okay? 2 players that you got a problem with that are gone. You never got with Deshaun Watson and asked him about his best friend, ex-teammate, both played at Clemson. You know, that hurt him. But he said, hey, man, I'm a professional. I'm going to go on and go my way. Then you get rid of O'Brien, okay? Then what happens now is this guy, Jack Easterby, comes in and stuff, and he's going to be part of your organization, okay? And Jack Easterby is a sheep in wolf clothing, okay? And he was walking around that locker room, praise the Lord, and saying, hey, I don't like him, and I don't like him. And he go back to Billy O. Billy O, he all right. Well, hey, you know what, Billy O? I got to get rid of you. You got to go. So I'm a JJ and stuff who I got in my corner, and you gone. What happened? Bill O'Brien's gone. Okay? Now, let's stay with this New England thing. Okay? You go out, you get a search firm and stuff to look for you a GM. Okay? 2 great candidates. No doubt about it. Omar Khan, I've done some study on him. He's next in line to get the job with the Steelers. Okay? Louis Reddick, know his stuff. Those are the 2 people that the search committee recommended. Jack Easterby. Hey, listen, man, I could get Nick Casares. Really? You could get Nick? Bam. The owner flies up there. Now, how many times your owner fly to get a person that's going to be interviewed for the job? Okay?
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it, Rich. Deshaun Watson totally in it. He with his girl and stuff, man, and sipping on Mai Tais or whatever, and find out social media. Nick Casario getting the job. What? That's not what I was told. I was supposed to be in on the interviews. They're going to still make the decision. Last straw. To make things look good now, Rich, to make things look good, stay with me now, okay? Not only do David Carley know Nick Casario, they've been friends for 20 years, he's got a little bit of a relationship with Deshaun Watson. So what do you do now? Now, this guy's 65 years old. This guy ain't going to coach long, okay? In 5 years, he'll be 70 years old, okay? Now, I could go out. I know he wants the job and stuff. he may be able to pull the Deshaun back. What did that do? That quiet the media, that quiets the fans. Okay?
Right.
Even in the press conference today, David Carley saying, oh, yeah, Deshaun Watson going to be our quarterback. But ain't nobody talking to Deshaun but his agent. So it's all a big flourish, Rich. This
Yeah.
guy will be here in a couple of years, and it's no doubt in my mind he'll do a good job. It's sort of like when Don Chaney was hired as the Houston Rockets, and at the time they had a problem with the Dream. Hey, what's the connection there? Dream Olajuwon played at the University of Houston. Okay, Don Chaney played at the University of Houston. Okay,
Right.
it's out of my mind, and he got Guy V on the phone that coached both of them. And Guy, I can just, I love Coach Lewis and stuff. I'm writing a book about him, and said, call Dream. Now this Coach Lewis. Dream, what I told you? You gonna be a Hall of Fame player, Dream, and stuff. But hey, man, just cool your heels a little bit and just, hey, Don's a good guy. Hey, he was a great player for me. He was one of the first colors that I had over here and stuff. And just let him work with your Dream. And they said, okay, coach, I will do that. I will play hard for him. I
Yeah.
will do my every okay?
Yeah.
Hey, he got the team built up. They ready to go. What happens? But before that now, check this out. Rudy T's already on the staff. Carol Dawson already on the staff.
Right.
Okay? Get rid of either of them. Don Chaney had to take both of them. Okay? Think about it, Rich. Think about now what's happening here in Houston. Okay? Who was he able to bring in? Curly. His longtime friend, okay, the ex-coach of the Chicago Bears. Hey, you're going to still have the same offensive coordinator. The reason, you know what, the reason that they interviewed McNown was to make the fans look like, well, hey, this guy's ready to coach. He's going to be your quarterback coach. But ultimately, your coach is going to be the boy from New England. Okay?
Right.
He's going to be the offensive coordinator. He's going to, in 3 years, when this team is built back up, hey, David Carley, you're 68 years old. We appreciate you, dog. You out of here, man. You in love it. Y'all going to the recliner or your rocking chair and say, hey, say la vie. We'll see you later.
Right.
It's all flourish, man. It's
Look, Pop, let me say this. They have been pulling in nothing but black African American staff, man. Pep Hamilton, few other guys they brought in here, Lovie Smith. And this is one thing that there was an admittance to this, that in order for the person to get the job here with the Houston Texans, they had to allow Tim Kelly to be the offensive coordinator. So that lets us know, with that being said, it makes a clear view of the agenda that the Houston Texans have with hiring David Culley, a man that has no experience at head coach at any level, not even Pee Wee level, okay, a man that's never been a coordinator. But you get this guy, and obviously he was the better out of the two guys between him and Leslie Frazier, the defensive coordinator of Buffalo Bills. And you say, hey, this is going to be the guy. We can use him as a pawn. We can puppet him, so much so that you're asking the person that come in here that gets this job, you're saying, hey, look, if you're going to take this job, first of all, Tim Kelly has to be offensive coordinator, one. Two, it's very tumultuous here. It's a PR nightmare. You got to deal with that. You're the person that's going to be in charge of calling Deshaun Watson, getting him to sit down with you, have a conversation, discuss your philosophy when it comes to being a head coach and the vision that you have for the Houston Texans. He has to do all that, right? Now, I'm not saying some of those things are not merited as a head coach, but clearly they have him in here as a temporary. He's almost like a extended interim head coach, just to piggyback off of what you said, because it seems as though they're grooming Josh McCown, who we also have here, who's also going to be on staff. And, Pop, I really don't understand this other than, hey, man, let's do all that we can do to try to make this thing work for Deshaun. But it's too late. It's too late. You can't go hiring all these black coaches now to try to add some color. To me, Pop, I've already expressed to you what I feel like Deshaun Watson's issue is. Now, we don't know. This is all speculation. What his issue is that, man, he wants an African-American coach, probably an African-American general manager. Why? Why are we saying that? Because Deshaun is about equality. It's not about this coach ain't good, that coach ain't good. It's about there are black coaches, there are black administrators, there are black general managers, candidates for general managers that are capable of doing the job the same way as our counterparts are. And there is it's almost grossly and utterly disgusting of the individuals in the league that are African American that have those positions of authority. Just like you only have three now. It's back to three because it was two African American coaches because Anthony Lynn got fired with the Chargers. So now you're back to three. And their thing was, I also think the Houston Texans probably had to be a pawn to the NFL because I'm sure Roger Goodell called up Cal McNair and said, hey, look, we look really bad right now. None of the African-American coaches that were up for head coach positions, yeah, none of them got positions, right? None of them got head coaching positions. And this looked really bad because Anthony Lynn just got fired. So now we down to two African-American coaches, right? You got Brian Flores and you got your boy in Pittsburgh, okay? And that's all you had. So, man, I'm telling you, man, this was an informed decision that came from a lot higher than the Houston Texans, in my belief, you know? So, man, Pop, thinking about the show that we – go ahead.
Let me add to that. If you look at what's going on with Aaron Rodgers in Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers is not going home. He's going to stay in Green Bay with all the Packers officials, from the owner down to the people who clean the bathroom.
Right.
To make sure that, hey, I get what I want. I don't want no more money. But I want a number one receiver. I want another tackle. I want a defensive end and stuff to go get the quarterback. I want a safety that won't come up and get beat by Anthony Miller on the last play of the first half. He gonna get what he wants. All Deshaun really was asking for was, hey, don't lie to me, man. Keep me in the loop. You know what I'm saying? And so if they would have gone back, like I told you this morning, and just researched Deshaun's background, grew up in a very spiritual family, okay? And his mama probably told him like mama told me, baby, don't ever lie to me, don't ever steal. And I can just hear Deshaun, yes, ma'am. But if somebody lied to you, or if they hit you, I remember my grandmother saying, baby, if somebody hit you and you can't beat them up, she said, spit on them and run to my house, okay? So I can see that, man. But he got lied to, man. And I had it, bitch. I had a coach lie to me. And it hurt me, man, to my heart. And the only reason that I stayed around was because of my position coach. And he was hurt too. It broke his heart too, man. But he said, hey, man, give me a chance. Give me a chance. And so I gave him the chance. I didn't get a head coach a chance. Poke him. You know, that's a nice word that my wife used when she get mad with me. She want to say something else. She said, so poke him, but it was my position coach, man. That I love father, and I told him that. I told him, I said, Coach Rob, I said, I have love and respect for you like I did for my own father. So I know what Deshaun's going through.
Yeah.
I know how he's feeling now. And I'm telling you, quit. I quit playing when I was in college. And I came back because my position coach never gave a phone on me. So if the Texans are smart, I send a whole army of brothers at him. And like you said, I think it's too late, Rich. I really think it's too late. But I will shoot my best shot. The other thing about that, some of this PR, because you are getting killed. You are getting killed on the national level. You're getting killed on the state level. You're getting killed on the regional level. You're getting killed on the local level. Ain't a sports character in town, TV or radio, is not beating your head off. They blowing that organization up, man. So, like I said, dog, it might be too late, but I was my best shot.
Yeah, you know what, Pop? It's too late. I don't see it no other way. And truthfully, truth be told, we could expound on this and exposit this very thing, this entire show. Matter of fact, we 20 minutes in. I don't know if you knew that or not, but we 20 minutes in. But speaking of that, man, let's stay on it, but
Okay.
in a different in a different contextual
Oh,
box. Okay. Now,
let's get these.
yeah. So Deshaun Watson is going to be traded. Look, man, if you're a fan out there, whoever's watching, thank you. I appreciate you. We appreciate you as The Solid Grip. Share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. But we have to start thinking about this is going to happen. There's nothing the Texans are going to be able to do to get Deshaun Watson back in the fold. Deshaun Watson has taken his last snap as a Houston Texan. We just have to deal with it. I'm not saying to develop apathy. I'm not saying to not care, but I'm saying that we have to move on, and it's going to be hard. It's going to hurt for a long time unless we get the right individual here. So one of the things that I want to discuss is simple, right? What I want to discuss is that where's Deshaun Watson going to go if he does get traded? And I think that's something we talked about right now. Pop, you mentioned 5 teams off the back that I can remember, which were the Jets, Dolphins, 49ers, the Giants, and the Panthers. And also, Pop, I'm going to ask you, man, I'm going to kick you out and ask you to come back in, man, because you I don't know, you breaking up over there a little bit. Yeah, it was doing pretty good, but it started to break up a little bit. So I'm gonna take you up out of here, and then just click the link. Can you hear me?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a little better.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, good. All right, so Pop, man, I'm gonna let you lay it out first, man, what you got, and then I'm gonna tell you what I got as far as where I think Deshaun Watson should go. Again, y'all,
Okay.
I'm gonna say this one more time. He's leaving. We have to get that through our minds. He's gone. The cat's out the bag, the horse is out the stable, whatever colloquialism you want to use for it, he's gone. So let's talk about it, Pop. What you got on the trade for Deshaun Watson?
All right, Rich. Now, either you can this down or keep it in your head. The first trade is with the Miami Dolphins. Okay?
Okay.
Tua, the defensive back that led the NFL in pass interceptions. I think he had 10.
Yeah.
Okay? This year's number 1 and a number 1 and a number 2 next year. Okay? Got it?
Okay, so hold on. Tua Tagovailoa, okay, and Xavier Howard. Is Xavier Howard play for the Bills? What's the one play for the Dolphins? Yeah, Xavier Howard.
Right.
And you said the number 1 pick this year, not the number 1 overall pick, but their number 1 pick this year, and number 1 pick next year.
Number 1 pick this year. Number 1 and a number 2 next year.
Number 1 and number 2. Oh, okay. All right. Let's move on to the next team.
All right. The next one would be Sam Donald from the Jets. They're 2 number 1s this year, and they're 2 number 1s next year. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's move on to the finals. Okay. All right. Jimmy Garoppolo, okay, Eric Armstead, okay, Nick Bosa, okay, Don Johnson, okay, Javon, I think it's Kingley. He was their number 1 pick this past year, and their number 1 from this year. Okay.
Okay, I like it.
So in other words, that's Jimmy Garoppolo for number 1 draft pick and the number 1 this year. All right. My next one from the Giants, okay? Their quarterback, Jones, okay? Barkley, the running back, Shepard, the receiver, and a number 1 this year, okay? I'm messing with your head, baby. All right.
Yeah.
The next one. And the last one from the Rams. You ready?
I'm ready.
Jared Goff, Aaron Donald. All right, did you get that?
Jared Goff
and Jalen Ramsey.
Oh, no picks, huh? Just just an even swap,
Just
huh?
those three.
You know what? The Rams ain't that bold, man. They not that bold. Hey, let me tell you something. I don't want Jared Goff, but I tell you what, I would make a. I would. This is what I would do if they would trade. Who? That's so tough, man. That's so tough, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because Jalen Ramsey and Aaron Donald, that's probably an even trade for Deshaun Watson right there. If not even almost. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you throw in like a third round or something like that. Because man, you talking about two of the best defensive players in the NFL. I would love that, man. But I mean, you know, you still got an issue at quarterback. I don't want no Jared Goff, man. I mean, Jared Goff he's so in and out to me. I see some games, man, where he looks like a Hall of Famer, man, and other games look like for trade bait. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I don't know, man. I'd have to sit down and really think about that one, man. I think the best one you had is probably with the Jets.
All right.
Except for I don't want Sam Darnold. I don't want Sam Darnold. I'd rather get one of these guys as fresh. As a matter of fact, I was watching film on two guys last night. That's Zach Wilson and Justin Fields. Zach Wilson out of Brigham Young University and Justin Fields out of Ohio State University. And, I mean, those two cats, man, they just are dynamic, especially Zach Wilson, man. He really reminds me of Patrick Mahomes, man. I mean, his arm angles, his accuracy, his arm strength, the way he can just throw off one leg, man, and throw the ball down the field. Oh, man, he's cold, man. I had never really got to see him in action, man. I went to watch some film on him last night and watch some of his bad plays too, man. And he's made some bad plays, but they're not plays where he can't be taught to not do that. You know what I'm saying? He does some of the things Deshaun Watson did in college as far as not being able to, you know, see the safety disguise, things of that nature. And I mean, we'll talk about that closer to the draft. I don't want to get too deep off into that. But I think the Jets, man, and I had other teams pop, but I think you can't be on the phone with nobody else. But go ahead.
All right. I got one last trade from you. And this is more, I'm going to see if this tops what I gave you, okay? All right. Going to the Pittsburgh Steelers is, I'm drawing a blank. Oh, Larry Tunsil, Justin Reed, and Deshaun Watson, okay?
I'm so ready to hear what you got to say.
Going to the Steelers, Chase Claypool. You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Chase Claypool, T.J. Watt, Evan Bush, Bud Dupree, James Washington, Eric Ebron, Terrell Edmonds, and Derek Watt.
You sent over the whole team. No way. He's got Laramie Tunsil because I know Villarreal, whatever his name, Villalobos, Villarreal or whatever. He didn't bite had it, man. But I mean, the rest of the offensive line is still solid. I know Pouncey is getting a little older, but I mean, the offensive line is still fairly solid. You know, Villarreal, your left tackle, he probably, you know, he didn't probably bite had it, you know. But now we can't give you Laramie Tunsil, man. If we losing Deshaun, whatever quarterback come in here, he needs to have protection. Now let me tell you this: if they trade for Tua,
man.
Hey, look, if only way we give up Laramie is if we get Tua Tagovailoa because he needs a good right tackle because he's a left-hander. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way. He would be going right back to Miami. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Jets, Pop, is probably the best one, and I'm going to tell you why. They have the most draft equity than any other team in the NFL over the next 2 years, and they have a lot of cap space. So they got the money to get things done. And Deshaun Watson is one of those players that are priceless, right? It's really no dollar amount or draft pick that can really equate to what he is as a quarterback other than something absolutely ridiculous. So you even with the Jets, you started five first round picks. You start at 5. You know what I'm saying? Now I know they'll meet together somewhere, but you start at 5 and you asked for their 2 best defenders, Leonard Williams and what's the safety's name? Mark something. Mark Day. It ain't Mark Day. It's something else. I can't think of his name, but the safety they got there that's really good, that you could pair him with Justin Reed. And so, yeah, man, I think they should be on the phone with just one team, man. Even though I had other teams, like Carolina, like Miami, even the New England Patriots, because they could really come off some stuff, man, for Bill Belichick to be able to get a quarterback like that. Bill Belichick knows how to develop players. But you can't develop a quarterback the way you want to develop a quarterback. He just got to have it. He has to have it. You understand what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. So, yeah, Pop, I want to try to get to some of this stuff, man, because we 31 minutes in right now, and my little one's over here acting crazy right now, man.
Okay.
Yeah, it don't matter, man. If I come up somewhere by myself, man, they going to
Okay.
find their way where I'm at, man. All right, Pop, so let's move along, man. Texans' new head coach is David Culley. We briefly alluded to him in earlier segments. Nobody knows who he is. I don't know if he knows who he is. Nevertheless, he got the job. We talked about this. He's definitely what you would call a quasi Bo Porter, what Bo Porter did for the Houston Astros. He's just kind of a stand-in guy to come in here and deal with all the foolishness. Bo Porter came in, dealt with a lot of that tanking that the Astros were doing, building their team up just for another person to come in there and take over, and then they start, winning the championship and getting to the World Series. And but he is the Houston Texans' new head coach. So, Pop, with that being said, there's an individual that a lot of people haven't really talked about in the media that I think that we should discuss, which is Nick Caserio. I know you and I said that he deserves a fair shot. I have said he was probably the best candidate for the job out of all the individuals that were out there on the market. What do you think Caserio's role in the Houston Texans hiring David Culley? Do you think he was, they used him as a puppet, or do you genuinely think that Nick Caserio picked David Culley for the right reasons to build this team up?
No, Rich, he's just a puppet. And the fact that he knew David Culley and stuff from a long time, he knew what kind of person he was. He knew he would come in and be a yes man to whatever Nick wants to do and the owner wants to do and stuff. And in 3 years, and when he fire him, he'd probably tell him, hey, man, we're going in a different direction, but I thank you for what you did for us. And David Culley said, man, I appreciate the 3 years you gave me, man. So, yeah, he's just a pawn on the chess table.
Yeah, Pop, sorry about that, man. I had to deal with my children over here because they over here acting crazy, man. Again, right in the middle of what we got going right now. So, but I mean, that's a part of being a father, man. You deal with the stuff. That's why I put you on the solo layout, man, so I could deal with them real quick.
Right.
But yeah, man, really there ain't much to say about David Culley, man. Again, I don't know a whole lot about him other than what, we've researched. He's been coaching since 1978, never been a coordinator, never been a head coach at any level. Yet he's now the head coach of the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans have a huge PR problem. They fired the best PR person in the game. Ever since then, things have drastically declined when it comes to the PR of the Houston Texans. Cal McNair is clearly impotent and incompetent as a owner, and really his mother is the owner, but he's the one running the show. He clearly does not have a good handle on this. And I'm not going to say he wasn't trained well or anything like that, but he seems to be somebody that's unplugged from what's going on and kind of making decisions based off his gut, based on what he wants to do. And he's not looking to make somebody like Deshaun Watson happy. Here's the thing. Let me say this, Pop. It's 2021. Deshaun Watson was drafted in 2017. The team was established in 2002. We waited 15 years. We went through a bevy, a slew, a litany, an abundance of quarterbacks who did not cut the mustard. You finally get your guy who is the franchise quarterback, who has shown you that he is a top 5 quarterback in this league, so much so that you pay him $150+ million in his brand new contract. So many things that he's done on and off the field, right? And you had one job as soon as you got him. Your first job was to keep him happy. And one of the things doing that is making sure that he is protected. Okay? Bill O'Brien attempted to try to do what he could for Deshaun Watson by trading 2 first-round picks for Laramie Tunsil, okay, to protect his blind side, in which he did so and was successful in doing so. But he gave up those picks. Bill O'Brien ran his team into the ground. He traded the best wide receiver in the NFL because of pride issues. Him and Jack Easterby, nobody really knows what this cat does, but he is the talk of the media. There's been a Sports Illustrated thing written on him about his connivingness, his manipulativeness, as far as trying to raise to the top, a guy going from chaplain to being in personnel. And now here we are at this point where you have a top 5 quarterback that wants out. I don't even know how we got here. And I'm going to say what I got to say right now, man, because I know that it's over. I know that it's over, man. It's like being in a relationship you mentioned earlier. You know, there was a time when you knew with my mother and I, things were over and it was never going to be the same anymore. That's where we are right now. I can't tell you I know how that feels, but I can tell you the devastation and agony that I feel in my heart knowing that we waited so long to get this individual and now he wants to go because of the pride of those that are in positions of power and authority. And it's disgusting, man. It is absolutely disgusting and asinine, and it makes no sense whatsoever. But this is where we are. This is where we are, folks. We are in here talking about Deshaun Watson being traded to possible teams where we're going to have to watch him every single Sunday light up the scoreboards, light up yards and touchdowns and averages per throw, all of those things, watching him throw to other receivers. Man, this is a dumpster bleep. That's what it is. That's what it is, man. So here it is, Lovie Smith. Now, I like this move, Pop. I like the Lovie Smith move, being a defensive coordinator. He's like many other individuals in the NFL that are really good coordinators, but just not good head coaches, right? It did not pan out for Lovie Smith in Tampa Bay. Didn't pan out for him in Chicago. But as a defensive coordinator, he has been fairly successful. But you know something, Pop, that didn't make sense to me? The day David Culley got hired, the very next day, actually the same day, we hear about Lovie Smith already being in town. Man, this whole thing is premeditated. I mean, it's foolishness, man, and it's going to blow up in Cal McNair's face, man. I almost want season ticket holders to just kind of be like, you know what? Yeah, we giving all this back. I heard a guy on the radio, I don't know how true it was, Pop, but he apparently owned some high-level tickets up in the suites, and he sold all of them. He had 12 of them. He sold them all because he couldn't stand it. He knew this organization is not going in the right direction, man. It's not. And Pop, I don't mean, man, to talk this long because I know I've been talking for a while on it, but I'm pissed off about this, man. As I get to thinking about it, it runs me hot, man, because it don't make no sense, man. This is a guy that you supposed to keep for the next 15 years, man, and now he about to go, and now we got to look for another guy in the draft. This is just idiocracy at its highest level, man. But this is where we are, Pop. But let me ask you the question so I can get off myself. David Culley, Lovie Smith, Nick Caserio, what's your take on? I know you already spoke about David Culley being a pun. What about Lovie Smith, man? Do you like this hire? How you feel about it?
Oh, absolutely. Love is a great coordinator, man. No doubt about that. Like you said, he had failures in Tampa Bay, failures in Chicago, and just recently, University. Illinois. We just got fired, but coordinator, how about that?
Yeah. Oh, Pop, you breaking up again, man. Let me try to kick you out, then put you back in, man. Hopefully that'll work out. All right, sorry, y'all. I had to get my old man up out of there, man. But yeah, man, just this is crazy, man. Appreciate whoever's watching, man. Appreciate you, man. Again, share this link with your people, with your partners, with your family. Man, this is a devastating day. Yesterday is when it started, man, and I mean, man, my heart melts. It melts because I love football, man. And if you know anything about me, man, I am a man of the cloth. You know, with hilarity involved in this, I've asked the Lord to deliver me from sports. And I told my old man, you know what? If Deshaun Watson is traded, this just might be an answer to my prayers. But, man, I love sports, man. That was tongue-in-cheek. You know, I was doing it. I was saying that because, man, it's just tough being a fan in Houston. It's tough, period. Looks like we got my old man back. Pop, do a little mic check, man. Can you hear me all right?
I can hear you okay, Rich. Can you hear me?
Yeah. I can hear you. Yeah, I was
well, listen, man, let me get to my surprise. Let me get to my surprise, man, because it's like we just having some technical problems. So we can those other subjects we can hit on another time. Okay.
Okay, go ahead then. I'm listening.
Okay, real quickly, man. As you know, I'm work with the program at Goose Creek Memorial High School as one of the assistant coaches, and you know we had our banquet last night, and I actually wasn't gonna go, man. I mean, you know, I was concerned about that many people gathered together, COVID, and plus I also do the clock for the basketball games. Well, some kind of way the guy got somebody else, and I think they were all a part of it. Got somebody else to work the clock, so I went to the banquet. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine. Go ahead.
So at the end of the banquet, the coach said, well, listen, I got a new award that I want to give out, and I want to give this award out in honor of somebody who's been with this program every year in its existence. And I did this, and I did that, and I'm like, he got to be talking about me, man. So anyway, the first annual James Wilson Award was given to one of my kids, Desmond Johnson. Hey, man,
wow.
Rich, I had to fight back tears, dog.
Wow.
I've had some honors in my life, but that may top it, man. And he said, this will go on. This award will be given out every year in James Wilson's honor. We like to call him Uncle Willie and stuff, to a person that fit what he fit. So he talked about me and, you know, the things that I do for the program. And he said, hey, man, you know, I just named a few of them. He said, this guy's never seen anybody need a ride. He didn't give one to. Or if you needed some money for food or whatever and stuff. He said, but most of all, he could say his prayers. He said, whenever my pastor or whenever the guy who does the pregame prayer is not here, he said, hey, Unc, I got a prayer. You got one? He said, always, Coach, I got a prayer. So it was a tearjerker, man. It really, truly was. And I'm truly honored, man. And, you know, hey, those kind of things don't happen all the time.
Man, Pop, that is I really don't know what to say, man. That's superb, man. That's superb. That goes to show you, man. There's a saying we used to say when I grew up is, man, you got to peel the potatoes. You know what I'm saying? And basically what that means is when you're cooking, right, if you're cooking mashed potatoes or whatever you're doing with the potatoes, you got to peel them first. And peeling them potatoes is not fun, right? You peeling them all, especially if you got to peel like 20 potatoes on your own. You peeling those potatoes back, right? You washing them, cutting them up, whatever you're doing. But you got to put that work in, man, and everybody knows that knows that you put that work in. You bend over backwards. You know what I'm saying? You give people the shirt off your back, man, and if you don't have that, man, you probably shave the hairs on your chest and back, man, and turn it into a coat and give it to somebody to stay warm. And man, that's a great honor, man. I don't think I'm not surprised by that at all, man. Just because of how you are. Let me tell y'all real quick this story with my old man when I was 20 years old. This was in 2006, okay? Hurricane Katrina was upon us. It was we didn't know if it was going to hit Texas or Louisiana at the time. And me and my old man called me to go with him to go pick a player up. Right now, I had been with him to pick players up, several times, but this particular time, this player just happened to be in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, and we live in Houston, so y'all do the math as far as the mileage. Okay, but Hurricane Katrina was upon us. We drove, me and my old man, from Houston, Texas, all the way up to Minneapolis, Minnesota. Now, stay with me because you're going to miss this. We drove all the way up to Minnesota, and somebody might ask, oh, did you go to the Mall of America? Did you guys get some good food there? Woo, woo, woo. Let me tell you something. We didn't stay at a hotel. What did we do? We went, we picked the guy up. We got all this stuff in the car. We put him in the car, we gassed up, and we drove right back down to Houston, right? And we did all of that within about a 30-hour span, okay? I was there. I witnessed it. I drove a great deal of the way, as a matter of fact. But it was my old man's mission, his trip, just to go pick a player up, man. Now, you got to imagine, I don't know if the coaches really appreciated that, but this man drove to Minneapolis, Minnesota to pick up a player, to make a turnaround, because I'm sure that player had to be there at a certain time, man, and that's more than admirable. So again, I'm not surprised by it.
Right.
Congratulations, Pop. That's wonderful, man. Absolutely wonderful. Yeah. So do you want to close us out, man, before we get up out of here, man? Anything you want to say before we get up out of here?
No, Rich, that's it, man.
Okay, yeah, because, man, we still dealing with some technical difficulties, man. I wish we could keep rolling, y'all, but we got some connection problems here, man. That's what happens when you're dealing with low bandwidth, and, everybody's doing this now. But to all the people out there that are Houston Texans fans, NFL fans of Deshaun Watson, look, man, we hurting with y'all. My pop he's not even a Texans fan, but he's a fan of the game, and he's a fan of black quarterbacks as well. Him and I, had some discourse years ago about how black quarterbacks they really wasn't good, right? And somebody got the memo, because these black quarterbacks are excellent now. I'm talking about arm and legs. Before it was all legs, some arm. But now they coming in and they shooting double barrel throughout the arm and their legs. And we hurting with you, man, as Deshaun Watson will no longer be a Houston Texans, but he'll be on a plane somewhere playing for another team in the 2021 season, man. So for me, J.R. Wilson, for my father, Ping Wilson, this is The Solid Grip. Y'all stick with us. Next Friday, we'll be on again, Friday night. Y'all be waiting on us again. Share this link with your people, with your partners, with your friends. We thank y'all, man. We love y'all, man. We appreciate y'all. Grace and peace to all y'all, man.